Yeah. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5. We are in second period, and I'm going to make a quick video on GIMP so that you can watch this really short video on just how to GIMP. So you don't have to watch my 40-minute video to get all the GIMPing techniques. Are you with me on that? Okay, so what we're doing here is, just to fill you in, I have a game here. We're going to be playing ping pong, and I need to put a ball in here with a clear background so it looks like a ball and not a square. I also need to have players in here that look like a player and not a big block of paint. Okay, so let me just start showing you some techniques in GIMP. So here's my court. First of all, I'm going to right click. First of all, you guys want to save all your images into a folder. Okay, so everybody in here needs to be creating a folder. You should be calling this folder Sound Decision 1.1.5. Thumbs up if you're with me on that. Everybody in here should know how to create a folder. You should have created 2 by now. You got to create a folder. Okay, why? You got to keep your stuff in the folder. So you're organized. You got to know back where to go get it. Okay, now I go back into that folder. I'm going to right click and I'm going to edit with GIMP. When you edit this with GIMP, it comes up. Okay, now, do I want this entire court? Do I want this whole thing to be in my image? Yeah. No. Okay, so the first thing I want to teach you how to do is this is very simple. Okay, you need to learn how to use your crop tool. It's a scalpel. Okay, first of all, let's go over something very basic in GIMP. That if you have a screen that looks like this and you don't have a toolbox up, okay, you have to learn how to open up your toolbox. So what I do is Windows is a one-stop shop for me. So I'm going to go click on Windows, hit New Toolbox, drag it to the left. I don't know why. I like it on the left. I put it on the left. I don't know. If you want it on the right, Yahoo, put it on the right. Okay? Windows, dockable dialogues, layers. You need to learn how to open up these 2 toolboxes right here. You have to have them out. And you have to learn them. And they have to become your very best friends. Go to sleep at night with them, okay? You go to, I'll do it again, for all that people that missed it in YouTube land, okay? So here we go, YouTube land. Windows. It's one menu called Windows, right? I'm going to go to New Toolbox, open it up. Windows again, second one down, dockable dialogues. Hover over it, go over here to Layers on the right-hand side, okay? Click it, okay? If you want to learn the shortcuts, you could go Control B, New Toolbox, and Control L for Layers. Okay, if you like that, if you can remember that stuff. I don't, so I go to Windows and just click. My God, if I can't click 2 times, you know, I'm booking myself a little too tight. Sir, yes, sir. I'm making a video. What's going on?
How do you open the GIMP?
Back to recording. Here we go. So I'm back. Now I'm going to take my scalpel tool. Crop tool. It looks like a little knife. And I'm going to start at the top left corner of this court, and I'm going to drag down, and I'm going to drop it, and I'm going to double click. Boom, gone. See what I did? I just cut out everything around the outside. It's like you just did surgery on it.
You can do that on your iPhone.
Yeah, you can do this on iPhones too, okay? So now I want to save this. I'm going to go, you never save. Everybody say export. You always export. So you're going to go export as, and I don't need this big long name, so I'll say ping pong table, okay? It is a JPEG, and that's fine. And you're going to hit export. Quality pretty high. And I forgot to do one thing, okay? Now, do I want my table going this way? Think about my app screen. Is my app screen going left and right landscape? No. We're going up and down. So I'm going to have to right-click on this, and I'm going to have to say, let me figure this one out. Image, transform, rotate, clockwise. There you go. Okay?
Can you like crop out edges? It's like not like a circle. If you have to crop out part of the circle.
The outside of it?
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to show you that in a second. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to export as, export it, replace it. Okay, now let's go back to my MIT. Okay.
How do we export?
You just hit File Export As. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my canvas, background image, upload, choose a file. There's my court. Hit OK. And let's see what it looks like.
Oh, that's cool, but it has this image structure. But you have to change them.
Yeah, I got to change my image strikes. That looks pretty good. The only problem I see with this is it looks like the guy's going to be playing on the court. Are you with me on that? The guy's going to be like running on the table, and that's not how you play ping pong. So I might have to shrink it down a little bit. I'd have to think about that. You with me on that? We want probably a white background to, I don't know, I have to think about that. Okay? Actually, I have a solution for that. Let me go back to here. Watch this. I can hit Control-Z.
Dude, we're sitting on GIMP right now.
Okay. Now what I can do is, if I go back to Control Toolbox, and if I scalpel this and leave a little bit of white space in here, okay, and now if I go to Select Image, Transform, Rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees,
Like, we don't need to be
now I got a little white space on it. Export as, export, replace. Now I'm going to give myself a little like leeway there, okay?
way too big of an
And now I'm going to go back into MIT. I'm going to replace my table, delete it, okay? I'm going to open up a new background, choose File, and there it is. I'll probably have some white space in here now. And hopefully I can put my player in the white space. Yeah, I can. So my player will be like right here in this white space.
So how do you do that?
I just cropped it. I undid everything and I cropped it.
If we don't need to be on GIMP, we don't need to do it, right?
You guys need to be watching this GIMP video sometime today. Okay? All right, now the next thing is watch this. Here's going to be the problem, okay? And this is why we have to do a GIMP tutorial. If I try to upload my ping pong ball, more than likely, watch.
Yeah, 8.2.
Number one, it's going to be too big. Number two, what's the problem, okay?
There's shade, get the crop.
Yeah. Do you see how it has
How
the...
do you crop it to a ball? I mean, like, it's...
Now, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. How do you crop it? I'm going to show you. You don't crop it to a ball. So, do you see how it has the white ring around it, the white square? You don't want that. You have to have, you want that white stuff to go invisible. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that in GIMP. That's why I'm doing this tutorial, okay? Okay? So, we want that background to go invisible. If that goes invisible, that looks like a ball. Are you with me? So, we have something called GIMP, alpha channels. Everybody say alpha.
Alpha.
Alpha channels. We have alpha channels. Alpha channels are invisible in Android and Java. Okay, so if you can put an alpha channel in there, your images, guess what? Your image is still going to be square.
Yeah.
Every image is square. Everybody say square.
Square.
Every image is and always will be a square. But we can give the illusion that it's a ball and it's round by deleting the outside white edges. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do now. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay, go in. Right-click on your ball. Edit with GIMP.
How do you make it small?
I just changed the size of it. So here it is in GIMP. I click on it. Okay? That is my ball. We want to get rid of all this outside. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay? Once again, I'll go over this one more time because people always have problems with this. Windows, new toolbox. Windows, dockable dialogues, layers. Who knows how to open up those two things now?
No.
Thumbs up. You know how to open up the toolbox and the layers
I
tool.
don't know how to get it.
What?
I don't even know how to get it yet.
In GIMP,
Yeah.
you go to your image and you right-click on your image in your folder and you say Edit with GIMP. Right-click on it and say, that is the easy. I can show you other ways of opening up GIMP, but don't. That is too hard. Just go to your image that you want to open up. And here's the cool thing about it, okay? All eyes on me for a second. Here's the cool thing about doing that, okay? Let me do this one more time, okay? I'll just go through all this one more time. Ready? Go to my folder down here at the bottom. I go to my documents. I know where I put my stuff. I'm in Sound Edition 1.5. I want to right-click on this ping pong ball. You see that?
Right.
And the second one down says what?
Edit with GIMP.
Edit with GIMP. Open that up. There it is. That is the easy. Now, here's the cool thing about it. When I go to export it now, it's going to want to put it right back in that folder. I don't have to worry about navigating where I want to put it. You get it out of that folder, GIMP's going to want to put it right back in that folder. That saves you time. Now you're working smarter, not harder. Okay? That's the easiest. Trust me. That is easy. If you had to open up GIMP and then open up the folder, it's a pain. Click, 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 click. That's like 2 clicks, you're done. Okay? So now, I can hit Control, and I can blow up this ball by using my roller. So if you hit Control Roller, that blows up your ball in and out. That's one reason why I had to buy you guys mice last year. Okay? So I'm going to get this as a pretty comfortable size to me. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is go get my ellipse tool. Because all these whites, see how these are different colors around here? So I got to make this all one color around here. If not, it's not going to work right. Okay? Trust me, I've done this tons of times. So I'm going to go get my ellipse tool, and I'm going to start dragging a circle around my ball. Okay? It's an oval. The ellipse tool is a circular tool around the top. And I want to drag this in, and I want to make this look like a perfect circle. So I can drag it in here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And I want to get that circle to go perfectly around to the edge of the ball. As close as I possibly can. Are you with me? And now I'm going to hit Select, Invert, and I'm going to hit Delete. And now that's going to delete everything on the outside. You can see how those shadows and all that went away? Okay? Now it's all white on the outside. Can you guys just watch this? I'm going to have a video. You guys can rewatch it. Okay? Now, I'm going to go over to my Layers tool. In my Layers tool, does everybody see the icon that looks like a miniature ping pong ball?
Yeah.
I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to add an alpha channel. Okay? Now I'm going to go over back to my toolbox, color pick the blue, red, and green. I'm going to color pick the white and hit delete. And now do you guys see the checkerboard in the background?
Yeah.
Okay? Now that ball is going to look like a ball and not a square.
How do you, like, I got a circle around the ball, but how do you erase
Okay.
it?
You guys can go back and watch this video. Are you with me on that? Okay, I got to do one more thing. I got to show you how to do your player. Okay, so I got 9 minutes. I got to do the player. I got to get this done. Okay, so now watch this. You got to watch this video. File. You never save. Everybody say export.
Export.
You export as, and I'm going to say this is my ping pong ball with alpha. Okay. .png. You have to save it as a .png. If not, it will not store your alpha channel, and it'll still come out white. And you're going to be Mr. Richter, what's the problem? I did everything you said. No, you didn't. Okay, has to be a .png. If you save it as a JPG, it'll come out in white and it'll still look square. PNGs handle alpha channels. JPEGs don't. That's all I can tell you right now. You guys can write a paper on the difference between PNGs and JPEGs. Okay. JPEGs are lower quality, don't take up as much memory. PNGs are more quality, but have more capability with they handle alpha channels. Okay? So now I hit export. This is very important. You might have to hit it twice. You guys probably have this save color values from transparency pixels checked on. It has to be checked off. Everybody say off.
Off.
It's got to be off. If it's on, you're still going to get white, and you're going to be saying, Mr. Richter, why is it white? Because you didn't uncheck this, okay? Make sure you uncheck it, and then if I was you, I would hit Save as Defaults. Make sure it's always unchecked, and then hit Export, and now it goes in there, okay? Now, be honest with you, if this was me too, I would probably crop this down a little bit so that my edges are a little bit tighter, okay? And then I'll do it again, File, Export as, ping pong ball, replace, okay? Now I go into MIT, let's go look at it, see what it looks like. Okay, there's my ball. Let's just go ahead and replace this image. And let's see if there's a difference. Okay, which one's which? If you hover over this is a PNG. If you hover over this, it's JPEG. Which one do I want?
PNG.
PNG. Open. That looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay. See how much better that looks now?
Okay, so I went to folders and like I'm in this and you said to go to folder and then you have to do that.
Go wherever you put your folder. Go to your documents. Wherever you put it. I can't tell you where you put it. I don't know where you put it because you control where you put it. Okay. All right, I got a few more minutes. Let me try to do my player. Okay. So I'm gonna go to my player. I'm gonna open this guy up with GIMP. We don't want all this background in behind him, right? We want to add the alpha channel so everything in the background is invisible except the player. Are you guys with me on this? Okay, so you're going to blow this up. And now you're going to get either your free select tool or your scissors.
I thought if that thing's not real, that can't be it.
My table is real. If you go look at my table is a real ping pong table. Let me see. Okay, maybe you're right. I think that's a real ping pong table. Well, that's a real ping pong ball.
Yeah.
So that looks like a real table to me. That looks like a real ball to me. So I want to go to a real player. Are you with me? If you guys had an animated ball and an animated background, you want to keep it in. Don't mix the two. You're not right or wrong either way. The only way you're wrong is if you mix. So just think of like me, a human being, if you guys cut me out and put me in a Mario background. Wouldn't that look weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got a Mario background, stay with Mario. Mario's a little animated figure. Are you with me? If you have like a real forest, then put a real snake in there. You with me? You want real and real. If I would have a real forest with like Mario walking through a real forest, that looks weird. You with me? So if it's animated, stay animated. If it's real, stay real. I'm thinking this is a real ping pong and a real table, so I'm going to go real player on this. You guys with me on that? Cool? You learned something today? You see how easy it is to get 5 things you can blog about? Oh my God, you can blog about 50 things in GIMP alone. Okay? All right, so let's go back to GIMPers. GIMPers. I'll show you this real quick. So now you can use your free select lasso or your scissors tool.
What do you?
Both
What's the name?
are good.
What's the lasso?
The lasso, so here's what you do with the lasso. You just start at a point where you want to start at. I'm going to start by his shoe. Left shoe. And I start to just click around his shoe. Okay? See what I'm doing?
Oh, that's cool. That sounds easier.
Yeah. So I just click around his body. I go around his perimeter. There's nothing you can really do around his hands. You don't have to get that crazy. Because this is going to be pretty small on our app. You with me? So you click around his body.
No.
You got to get pretty good with your mouse here. You just do a lot of clicking. And you need to make sure that you come back to that very first dot you clicked on. If you don't, it'll never stop clicking. Okay, so watch. I come back to the very first dot. And once I come back to the very first dot, do you see how it started to give me like the highlighted checkerboard around him?
Yeah.
Okay. Now watch. You kind of do the similar thing we did to the ping pong ball. You ready?
Yeah.
Select, invert, delete. Everything behind him is gone. Okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the ping pong ball. Go to my layer channel, right click, add alpha channel, color select the white, hit delete. Now everything behind him is gone. Okay? And now this is a big player, so you know, this is going to look weird if like the ball hits way out here and it goes back, right? Because he's like 4 feet away from him. So I want to cut this down again with my crop tool. And I probably want to start by his foot this time. Looks like it erased some of his foot because his shoe was white. Are you with me on that?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay. And now I'm going to go File, Export As, Ping, Player 1. Has to be, can it be a JPEG?
No.
What does it have to be? PNG. Export. Make sure your save color values is off. Everybody say off.
Or
Export. Okay. Now let's go see what this looks like, and then we'll wrap up this class, and you guys are ready for a weekend. So let's go to, I don't know which player I want this to be.
I'm not ready for the weekend, I'm sorry.
Huh, that's funny. I got my ball in the wrong one, so I'm going to have to change this around. The ball is in the wrong one. Picture, ping pong ball.
How did we delete the background once we did the Lasso delete?
You got to watch the video. Okay. This is my opponent, so I'm going to go up here. This should not be a ping pong ball. This should be my opponent, player one. Probably going to come out huge. Oh, it came out pretty small. That's good. Oh, that's right, because I already changed the size. Okay.
So, they need like 60 pixels maybe?
Yeah, he's a little too small. I think the ball's bigger than him. So 75, 75. Okay. Yeah, so we might have to play with this a little bit to shrink our table around to give him more room on the outside. You with me on that? We can do that next week. You are out the door with more. Have a great weekend.